Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today we have NBA Finals Game 6 player props and best bet for June the 19th, 2025. So I have five player props for you today and one best bet. We absolutely swept the board on our player props in our last show. So if you are a person that got a part of that sweep, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. If you are, go ahead and hit the like button and leave a comment to show appreciation. Once again, show some love. I'm not charging for picks. Picks are free. So how could you help me grow? How could you help me continue to make videos as we get into WNBA and Summer League and football? The way you can do it is by subscribing. And we've had a crazy amount of subscribers in the last month. It's went up to 152 new subscribers. So we're just killing it here in the prop market, and I appreciate all the new subscribers, all the comments, all the likes. It's very much appreciated. You are all helping me grow. Now, with that being said, on today's show, the lines are super sharp. As you know, the series has went on. These line makers are getting it a lot tighter to the number. We are seeing a couple discrepancies due to, some injury that may be there or may not be there, and we're going to talk about that here on the show. Um, but I just want to tell you guys, thank you for everything. Thank you. I appreciate all the likes and all the subscribes and everything that's going on. But you can't please everybody. The rent is due every day. In fact, on a show that we just had where we absolutely swept, I still had two people that didn't like the video. It's confusing to me as well. I made thousands of dollars, and I'm sure most of you that followed me did as well. So it's really weird, but hey, that's how it is. Let's go ahead and get to our first pick. Oh, well, actually, before we get to our pick, let's look at our stats. 177. So 177 picks I've given you during these playoffs. That's with a lot of consistency every single night, giving you a pick every single time there was a game. 56%. And we might be coming to an end. This might be our last show. Hammer plays hitting at 33 of 13, 72%. That's an outrageous amount. So if you've been playing my hammer plays throughout the playoffs, you have been cashing in crazy. And then best bets, we've been kind of struggling with those. These lines are kind of weird getting off, and I don't even really love the one today, but I'm still giving one out. 26 of 18, 59%. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to our first play, my hammer play, and it's going to be fading TJ McConnell. Similar to how we faded Holmgren last game for our hammer play. I'm fading TJ McConnell here as well. He's coming off a huge game, similar to someone who we faded last game as well, Caruso, who also was coming off a huge game. He's coming off a huge game, so I'm looking to fade him. That's just kind of our rules, kind of how we go. It doesn't always work, but it works most of the time, and especially when the numbers back it up. He's only been over this number 6 out of 21 games. That's 18.5. He's only been over 18.5 PRA in 6 out of 21 games. So not a lot, not much. Only 28%. So he's only been over this number 28% of the time. Um, Role may change if Haliburton is injured, but I do believe he's going to play. But even with that being said, I think it brings more attention to him. If Haliburton doesn't play for whatever reason, I do see Dort guarding him, which is going to be a worse situation than he is currently when he comes off the bench playing against second string players. You must understand when guys come in off the bench, they bring a different type of energy, they look a lot better, but they also are playing against different caliber defenders and players. Let's be honest. Anyone who's ever played the game of basketball knows there's a huge difference between the first 5 minutes of the game and you coming in the next 5 minutes of the game. The game is played different. The players are different. So even if he starts, I think that's going to lower his number even more as he's playing against different type of players. Gets more different type of attention. Also, the Thunder have done a good job this season shutting down guards, and I think that with him yelling "guard me," I think that's kind of got to him. They're gonna guard him. I don't think he should have yelled that out to them. They're gonna put a guard on him, and make sure that he doesn't get what he's supposed to get. So give me his under 18.5 PRA. His number's just way too high for TJ McConnell. You see his season average 14, playoff average 16. I got him projected at 17. So I got him doing better than he's done all season, but it's still not close to this number. Give me his under 18.5 PRA. Next guy is Luke Dort. Only one prop king emoji. Still confident, but not 100% confident. I like this number because he, like I said, he guards Halliburton, stays away. If he doesn't guard Halliburton, he's guarding TJ McConnell. But his possibility might be limited opportunities because if Halliburton's not in the game, he's not in the game. That's kind of how it's been working. In the last game, he only got 32 minutes, despite playing really well because Halliburton's minutes were changed. Um, so if Halliburton's out this game, which I don't think he is, and I keep saying that, I think that he's going to, definitely struggle because he almost mirrors his minutes with Halliburton. On the road, he has struggled from shooting wise. Um, Not a good assist guy, doesn't get the ball, not a playmaker type of guy. Usually he's in a defensive position, guarding Halliburton or McConnell on the ball, so the rebounding is not there. He had 3 assists in the last game. That's more than he's had in the whole series. So that was an anomaly. Under at 9 in his last game in Indiana. So he had 9 PRA in his last game at Indiana. I think he goes under again. Give me under 13 PRA for Lou Dort. I wish his number would go up a little bit. If you're a smart person, you might want to wait a little bit. Maybe it go up to 13.5, maybe 14 as we get closer to the game. Next guy, I'm fading Andrew Nembhard. We faded him in the last show, and he went ahead and cashed us out. And here we are fading him again. Still guarding Shea. That takes a lot out of him. He did not do a good job guarding Shea, though. Unfortunately, the film will show that he struggled not only guarding Shea, but had a bunch of turnovers. They even got to the point where he kind of got benched towards the end of the game. I think they brought McConnell back in and they also brought in Matherin. They were going to bring in Matherin. So with those things saying, he's only averaged 16 in the NBA Finals, and he's only been over this number one time. They also raised this number, which I guess it's also because they think Halliburton might be out. So, this is why the notifications are important. Turn those notifications on because you're getting some really good numbers for him. He does not look aggressive. He hasn't shot over 10 attempts only one time in this whole NBA Finals. So every other game, he's under 10 shot attempts. And he's not like playmaking or anything. He's looking to pass the ball, get off the ball. I do feel he'll play differently if Halliburton's not playing, but I think he is. So I think the under 19 PRA is pretty safe. I think a lot of these numbers have been inflated, to try to protect themselves just in case Halliburton does play, because they know people want to bet overs. Next guy, oh, it's tough, man, and I'm doing it. I know it third time's a charm. Fading Jalen Williams here. Numbers gotten higher than I think it needs to be. You see his season average is 32, playoff average 32, PRA projection is 32. So we're all 32s here. Prior to playing 3 straight good games in the finals, he hadn't played more than one good game in a row this whole playoffs. So I do expect a regression here. Um, it's higher than it's been all playoffs. This number, no, the previous game was 33.5. Stayed away from him. I do not see him having 4 straight good games. The Pacers you would think would make some type of adjustments after getting 40 in the last game. But I mean, I don't know. I'm watching Indiana, Rick Carlisle, them. It seems like he does the same thing no matter what. He's gonna let. I don't think he's kind of stubborn in that way. He's not making many adjustments. The Thunder are basically saying he's not making adjustments. And when the other team is telling you that you're not making adjustments, then he's not making any adjustments. So that kind of worries me a little bit. But I still think there's going to be regression here. Only 35 PRA in the series for the finals. That's even with him going off. So I like this under 34 PRA. I think his number has gotten a little too high. So I think we can trust it here. I get it if it's a risky play for some of you, but for me, I really like this number. The next guy is going to be Tyrese Haliburton. And look at the season average 31, playoff average 33, PRA projection is 27. Now, for me to go an over, it has to be a good spot. And I'm going with the over for Tyrese Haliburton. That's right. Probably for the first time in about 15 shows, I'm going with an over. This number is too low if he plays. Keyword if he plays. Even if he doesn't play, you get a DNP, you get your money back. So it's not a horrible thing if he doesn't play. But if he plays, and I think if he plays, he's going to play normal minutes. This number is just way too low for him. he's going to still play his 30 plus minutes if he plays. And if he gets injured in the first half or they shut him down in the first half, you still get your money back via prize picks because they have that insurance for you. So this is not, it's just no risk, high reward. I love picks like this because if he plays, he's going to be aggressive. He has a high usage rate. It's a 7.5 PRA discount from his playoff average. You can't beat that. You don't get discounts like that even on Taco Tuesdays. He has not been in the 20s projection all playoffs. Kendrick Perkins called him out as being scared on national TV. So their motivation there. People calling you absolutely frightened. He had 17 PRA despite going 0 for 6 in the last game. So he was almost there, even though he played horribly. He can't play worse than he did. And also, it's the last game, so he's going to be very motivated. He's been over this number 17 out of 21 games. I think he has a bounce back spot here. It's not going to take much. It's not going to take much for him to go over this number. And if he doesn't play, we're going to get our money back. So give me the over 25.5 PRA. This number is super low for someone with the minutes and usage that Tyrese Haliburton should see if he plays. Now for today's best bet, man, the Pacers versus the Thunder. I have not hit on my last two best bets, and I apologize for that. But this series is tough. It's went over, it's went under, it's went over, it's went under, it's went over, and now we're back in game six, and I feel like the teeter tottering back and forth. I think now it's going to go under 222, even though the number has come down a lot. The Pacers are a high-paced team, but the Thunder are also a very good defensive team. The Pacers are a team that's going to get back on defense, as we talked about. And I think the Thunder do not shoot as well on the road. Jalen Williams should not have the same type of game. And I also feel like the Pacers are going to have to show some defensive fight in this series. They're going to have to try to play defense. Halliburton's injury is not going to hurt him on defense. He guards Lou Dort. All he has to do is close out, on him. Not sure if he will. That's another thing I'm kind of concerned with. But if Halliburton doesn't play, this under is going to hit even more because the Pacers will struggle to score as he gets them involved in a lot of their offense, even though he's been struggling of late. So go ahead and give me this under 222. For a recap, we have McConnell under 18.5 PRA, Dort under 13 PRA, Nembhard under 19 PRA, Williams under 34 PRA, and then over Halliburton over 25.5 PRA. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Also, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We've been sweeping, and I know you've been cashing out, so go ahead and get with that. Also, leave a comment. I appreciate all the comments. They've been really helpful to help me continue to grow this show. And hopefully, we get another sweep. And like I always say, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.